You know, I spent about an hour trying to come up with a 15-second hook to this video to get people to not click away right off, but I'm just so tired today that my mind is blank, so I'm winging this. I've recently decided to give YouTube a real shot, and that's because for almost a year now, I've been sending out application after application for basically every job possible, and it's been radio silence. At this point, I feel like the traditional finish high school, go to college, get a good job, buy a house path is basically dead, and everyone I know either can't get a job or is desperate to get out of their jobs. The only paths that seem worth following anymore are super unconventional and not secure at all, like YouTube itself. One of my friends who works in a supermarket says looking at his coworker's eyes feels like staring into Dave Jones's locker. So yeah, even if YouTube is not the safest bet in the world, I still prefer betting on it than just being stuck in the same cycle of either not getting a job or getting a horrible job that barely pays. I have no idea if anyone would ever wanna watch something I make. Right now, my channel has one sub, which is myself, and about 12 views, 7 of which are me. This is definitely not one of those videos that go, oh, here's how I plan to make $200 million a month in YouTube in 3 months. I actually don't have a plan at all. That doesn't mean making low effort content, that's not my goal at all. But sometimes I see all these people making low effort content and reaching hundreds of thousands of views with every upload, and it kind of feels like I'm the only one that's not making it. It sucks and almost makes me want to just make slop as well. But then if I try to make something completely low effort, I just can't bring myself to post it. Anyway, even though I don't have a real plan, the only thing I've decided, and I think it's a pretty important thing, is that I won't just quit trying after 20 uploads this time. Even if they suck, I wanna try and learn with each upload. In my opinion, when people say consistency in YouTube is important, I feel like that's only true to the extent where you're learning with each iteration of your videos, right? Otherwise, you're just stuck making a lot of low quality content forever. And that notion is enough to give me confidence that I might just make it here if I'm persistent enough. I try to think of it as a little plant, and if I water it every day it might grow into a tree and bear fruits. Also, sometimes I feel like watching those "here's how to make it on YouTube" videos can almost be worse than just winging it and relying on my own observation of what works for me, you know. I'm not trying to throw shade at that type of content. They can be valuable for the right type of person, but they honestly just make me end up overthinking and endlessly planning instead of uploading. So here's what I'm thinking of trying in a nutshell. Upload something every day, even if it's stupid or super short or irrelevant, just contribute to the same goal every day. And then use the rest of the time to put effort in projects I really care about. And please, don't think this is an advice video. I truly have no idea what I'm doing, and this is basically me trying to figure stuff out. Maybe that idea works, maybe it's a bad idea to put that much time and effort into something as wildly unpredictable as YouTube. But it's what I want to do anyway, and it might also be a good fit for you. I mean, if you're tired of trying the traditional path, being stuck in the same cycle of never finding a decent job, and if you have a plan or fallback to give you leeway to try more unconventional paths, why not give it a shot? I think it's one of the better times to try and grow on YouTube. I feel like it's much less based on luck and much more based on effort now than it was, say, 10 years ago. Of course, if you make generic content that every creator is making with no personal aesthetics or voice, you'll probably be lost in the void of YouTube. But if I'm to give any advice in this video, is to try to find your own voice and style, like your own aesthetic. Even if everyone else is making content on the topic you want to make, tell the story in a way that is truly yours. I'm still trying to figure all this out myself, but aesthetics seem to be incredibly important to a channel. Everything contributes to the aesthetics. The way you pace your cuts, your music choice, the color of your videos, the way you talk, even the clips you choose. Find a combination that feels right for you and stick to it. Maybe you don't need to pick one super specific niche and work only within that niche if you develop a strong enough aesthetic that every video feels undeniably yours. I seriously doubt creators who manage to develop their own aesthetic, consistently post, and improve on their content will fail on this platform. You may not become a massive channel and it might take a while, but I think the results will very likely be proportionate to your effort. What I think is probably the biggest risk is simply giving up. There will be moments in your channel where you'll put a lot of effort into a video, spend days working on it, perfecting it, making it just right, and then nobody sees it for a long time. YouTube just seems to not take note of its existence and not even give it a chance to grow. But please don't let yourself get discouraged by that. I myself am going through that right now actually. I'm posting this video when my channel has only 5 real views and no real subs. YouTube needs a long time to understand who your content is for, and maybe you could use that time to figure that out yourself. And imagine you start today. 6 months from now, maybe you look back and see everything you worked for did amount to something. But if you don't do anything, keep trying the same stuff you already know doesn't work, and 6 months from now will probably look exactly like now. I don't want that for myself, which is why I decided to at least this one time try something different. And it doesn't necessarily have to be YouTube either. You can try to build an online business, make a game, build software. There are so many things you can try today, the possibilities are nearly endless. And to be clear, I'm not saying people should just ditch their jobs and start doing random stuff online to see if it generates them cash. Like, look at your circumstances, okay? See if this applies to you. If your family will starve if you quit your 9 to 5, you probably shouldn't try anything crazy, unless your circumstances change. Since I'm just starting out myself, I'd appreciate any advice you guys can offer, seriously. And if you have something to add to this, please leave it down in the comments. All in all, what I mean to say is this. Don't give up before you've even really tried, we can all make it. Thanks so much for anyone watching this. See you guys next time.